So it is a general body welcoming all the seniors to participate. And as a result of that, because of its secular nature, city government recognized its efforts and awarded a grant of $1.5 million. For that, we are very thankful to Queens Borough President's Office and also the New York City Council members for that one. Otherwise, we would not have received this one.
So we'll read this. India Home proudly presents the Visionary Award to Borough President Melinda Katz. This is a real visionary leader in recognition for her dedication to the South Asian community home. One day, so far, we never had a female president, right? But now, one day, we will have a female president who is going to break the glass ceiling in this country.
Namaskar, I'm Ashok. We are standing here at World Fair Marina, an event organized by India Home. And President Mukund Mehta ji is with me. Today, we also witnessed many important politicians joining Indian American community here. And they have extended their support. So, Mukundji, while I want to congratulate you for the vision which India Home has and how important it is for us as community to make council members and Queensborough President aware of our aspirations.
I think, Ashokji, the reason is that India Home is a secular organization. We do not distinguish between religion or what part of India they come or they come from Bangladesh. So when these people realize that we are really a secular organization, they came forward and they granted $1.5 million grant. And today you might have seen, Ashokji, that one member on the spot, council member said he is going to give 100,000 more. Another one says the $500,000 more. So that shows that they have the trust and confidence in what India Home is doing.
Talk to me a little bit about your understanding of the project which India Home has undertaken.
Well, first of all, I want to talk about how important it is to the community. I have been trying very hard, working with my colleagues in the City Council and other people in government, to diversify the social services that we receive. It's hard sometimes to get people to step forward when they need certain social services, and India Home certainly fills that gap in the South Asian community. So we are working with Dr. K and all the others to try to build a senior center for the Indian and South Asian community to make sure that people are not just sitting home waiting to die. We don't want that. The Department for the Aging in this city has many senior centers. We have already 5 in my district. I'm not sure exactly where this one is going to go, but we're working with our Borough President Melinda Katz, Councilman Rory Lansman, Councilman Danique Miller, and others to ensure enough funding is in place to get this project off the ground.
So there are two sides to it. When we talk about public partnering with government, so in terms of administration's encouraging contribution to this cause, one is very much happy and encouraged at the sensitive approach which the administration has adopted. Now, in terms of the participation of people, what would you say, how should people look at this project and be inspired to be a part of that group which contributes and helps in making it happen?
Well, government can't do everything. Most of the funding for this project will be provided, but we also need people who understand the community, are willing to give of themselves. I know that the people that run India Home are very dedicated, meet with them on a regular basis. But if people have the wherewithal, whether it's time or money, to donate to this most worthy project, I encourage them to do so. This is going to create a home for South Asian seniors. We have in our senior centers, we have a diverse population, but it's possible that people just don't feel welcome or they don't feel comfortable or for whatever reason. So we want people to receive services. They're paying taxes. Their families are paying taxes. We want them not to be sitting home. We want them to come out, make sure that they're getting fed every day. We want to make sure that they have socialization and all those things. You remember, many of our members of our South Asian community are immigrants. They're a long way from where they grew up. We certainly welcome them. I have one of the most diverse communities on the planet, and every day it grows a little more South Asian. But I want them to feel as if they're home here in Eastern Queens.
Yeah, Geeta.
Hi.
I don't know what's going on. Mom and Dad look so happy.
Mom and Dad look so happy and wonderful.
So, Mom, how you like the India homes?
The food is very delicious. And you know what happened? I saw my friends over there. Neeru Ben, Bharti Ben, Ila Ben, Daksha Ben. And I'm so happy. I wish I can go every day.
I'm proud of India Home and the work that it does. Gives people a safe place to go. It gives seniors an opportunity to have people look and talk, make sure they're eating, make sure they're healthy, make sure that people that are watching that care deeply. And Dr. K and Mr. Mehta, you do that. And you do that every day with the great staff that you have. So please, forgive me that I have 2 little kids that I left at the dinner table to come here. And I did it because I truly wanted to be part of this evening. So thank you for the work that you do. Thank you for the generations of people who will come to this country because they know that their parents have a place like India Home. Congratulations on tonight.
Queens is the template for harmony throughout not just the city but throughout the country. So it is such a privilege to serve, but to be a part of the team of India Home and be a part of those critical services that are being provided to our most vulnerable population is why we serve. As I said, we don't do it alone, so I'd like to thank my colleagues again in government, Councilmember Richards, Borough President Katz, and certainly Councilmember Grodenchik.
Talk to me a little bit about the challenges that you feel you as a representative feel you encounter in making sure that immigrants are not left out and they become a part of the mainstream flow that we call as realizing American dream.
Well, you know, this country has been welcoming immigrants since the first settlers landed. There were Native Americans here already. Unfortunately, in the past year and a half or so, under this new administration, many people have not felt as welcome as they should or they have in the past. And I have spoken to many, many groups of people where they were concerned about being misidentified or, you know, all kinds of issues that come with being an immigrant. We want people to feel that they're safe here. We want people to feel that they are welcome here. And I work every day. When you walk into my office, there's a big sign that says immigrants welcome here. It's the first thing you see when you look up. So we're going to stand with our immigrant community. We know that America has been built on an immigrant base. My grandfather came here about 115 years ago now. He came here to build a better way of life. He got married about 4 years later to my grandmother. My other grandparents came a few years after that. We're here. You know, we're an immigrant family, and that's the truth of just about everybody you look at. So whether your family's been here for 300 years or 300 days, you are welcome here in Queens, and that should be. Queens is really a model for what welcoming immigrants and enjoying them. And listen, I get to eat all this great Indian food. You think, you know, my district is full of Indian restaurants, and I love it. And that's what makes us so special here. You're going to hear and see from other people tonight. My friend Donovan Richards is here with us tonight. Danique Miller is being honored. Our borough president, Melinda Katz, who's been couldn't do this without her. She's also among the honorees. These are all people that live here, work here, and love being in the most diverse place on earth.
I want to let you go. I know you have a lot to catch up, but before I let you go, one last question. You work on various issues simultaneously, but at one point of time, probably there is one thing which is like your priority, which is your main focus. From that point of view, these days, what is it that you are focusing on?
Well, my top priority has been and continues to be the education of our young people. People have come. We get calls in this district from India, from Pakistan, from Korea, from Taiwan, from China, from the Philippines. If I buy this house, if I move to this street, can my son go to your school? We get those calls. I hear it from the principals all the time. So education in Eastern Queens is a top priority. We are worried, obviously, about other things as well, public safety, but we thank God we live in one of the safest communities in the city of New York. I'm also worried. I have worked with the South Asian Council on Social Services to make sure that people have appropriate foods. We had some issues. We work with the Food Bank for New York City. So now they're getting the foods that people in the South Asian community are used to eating. If I give you something that you don't want to eat, you're still going to be hungry. So we want to make sure that people are well fed, but they also enjoy. So that's an issue. I have worked with some of my colleagues in the council and the mayor's office to more than double the amount of money that has been available in the past for what we call emergency food. So food that's given out by churches and mosques and temples and gurdwaras and synagogues so that nobody should go hungry in the city of New York. I am the Parks chair, so Parks is also very, very important to me. And we've seen the face of sports in New York City. When I was a kid, there were no cricket patches in New York City. Now we have, many in Queens alone, and they're growing. The sport is growing throughout New York City. So this is just one example of what our diversity brings to us.
Thank you very much. In the month of December, you start thinking about New Year resolutions. Do you have any?
I got to lose some weight.
Thank you very much.
The purpose of this Thanksgiving Gala is to thank our borough president and also council members who actually provided the funding for the capital grant to build a South Asian community home, which is a home away from home for our seniors. And in one way, if we start engaging with our elected officials, we are planning to achieve our future goals of building affordable housing for our seniors. Thank you.
Once again, there were honors or the ceremony of honoring that took place, and Queensborough President also sent citations for city council members. So how significant that you feel being a part of Indian American community? Looks like this also indirectly suggests a kind of acceptance of our community.
Yes, it is important when we are living in this country and we have to be part of the local elected official events, and also we need to reach out to our elected officials to get the funding what we need for our community, because we are all paying taxes, not only as individuals but as business people also. And there's only way to get the government money into our community service is to have service through the not-for-profit organizations. So I feel 100% it is important for us to engage with our elected officials. Thank you.
And they also announced additional support in monetary terms, one council member 100,000, another $500,000, and that's quite encouraging. Talk to me a little bit about when do you foresee realizing this dream in concrete terms?
We are hopefully by 2019 to 20, we will have our own South Asian community home. Because we are halfway through, we got already 1.5 million, and we are raising from the community 10% of that. And we are planning to apply for another 1 million from the government next year. Already we got the promise from Council Member Richard Donovan. He said he's going to give 100,000, and Denick Miller another $500,000. So we are approaching other council members also, Barry Grodenchik, Rory Lansman, and Borough President, to reach our goal of making 3 million so that we can have a Home for India home by 2019 ending or 20 beginning.
So we'll have to figure out where it is going to be. The land needs to be acquired and all that. But before I let you go, I want you to share once again exactly in what way this facility is going to be significantly important for seniors, whether they are Indian American seniors or South Asian seniors. And so some of our community members who are not yet excited about this vision, they will have some more idea as to why they should feel inspired to be a part of it.
Yes, this is the first South Asian community home in Queens. The purpose of this building is it's not simply 4 walls and a roof and floor. It is a home away from home for the seniors and their community to come there starting from morning 8 o'clock to night 8 o'clock, where they can come and have a breakfast and spend good time with their friends, do some exercise, yoga, and read some newspapers in the news, and watch some movies and participate in discussions and lectures, eat lunch and dinner, and go home just to sleep. So that way, it is truly a home away from home for majority of our seniors. It's not just seniors, for our community also.
India Home started in a small living room of Vasundhara Kalasapudi, and we were a few friends who had got together. We both had parents. Her father had vascular dementia and he passed away. My mother had Alzheimer's, and she had also passed away after 6 years of probably not even knowing me. She lived with me in New York, and we looked for a place that was culturally sensitive and caring about their needs and their environment, and maybe let them meet with their own friends and people of their own age and background, so they would have a little more social life. And that is where the foundation of India Home started more than 10 years ago, 12 years approximately. But we were fitted in as a non-profit, launched as the organization in 2009.
I appreciate your contribution to this, and looking at the future of India Home, anything in particular that you may want to share with our viewers and youth in particular?
India Home, from the time when it has started, had gone on to 5 centers, large and diversified immensely. With the new addition of Desi Center and all the other centers, we are proud of what was established and done, and I wish it all the success in life. I retired this year earlier, as I am planning to gradually withdraw and retire, and there are a lot of very enterprising, innovative and smart young people that have now joined India Home, and we welcome them and wish them the very best and hope for a very, very long and successful future for India Home.
To be standing with Donovan Richards, City Council member. You bring certain special kind of dynamism with you. What is it that makes you so passionate in becoming active in politics and serving people?
Well, it's nothing better than being able to wake up in the morning knowing that you are paving the way for a new generation, paving a way to ensure that New York City is a New York City for everyone. I think during this day and age, when we see what the Trump administration continues, the rhetoric they continue to spew, where they don't celebrate diversity, it's so important that we send a strong message here in New York City, but especially in Queens, the most diverse place in the world and in the country, that this is a place where we open our arms and welcome everyone. And when you talk about education, when you talk about serving our seniors, when you talk about ensuring transportation works, when you talk about housing, we have to ensure we are building for the future of New York City and that we are a part of that.
You talk about building, and I am reminded of India Home and a project dedicated to seniors. You are aware of it. Tell me the significance that you feel this kind of a facility for South Asian seniors is going to be in New York.
We should have had it a long time ago. You know, the South Asian community is growing immensely. And it's always good when seniors have a place where they can come together. You know, they need to be able to celebrate life. And a lot of times seniors may be lonely. Just having an opportunity to come together, to fellowship, to break bread, to eat, to enjoy some good spicy food, some good chicken, you know, goes a long way in improving the quality of life for our seniors. I'm so proud that India Home will finally have a home. Because our community needs a place where they can come together, where they can fellowship, celebrate culture, celebrate diversity. And India Home has been such a great organization. Dr. K has done such a phenomenal job in ensuring that every community is exposed to Indian culture. I can't wait to go to India myself, but it's so amazing to see the work that she continues to do every day and the passion. And it's very evident tonight with the amount of people who've shown up tonight to celebrate this big occasion tonight.
Hello, my name is Chandrakant Shet and I represent India Home, Sunnyside Center. We have a lot of activities and I always wait for Mondays to come so that we can be together with my friends. We have yoga classes, subsidized lunch, and some Medicare, Medicaid activities. And we have some dramas, we have some picnics, and we really enjoy, and we thank India Home for giving us such a nice activities. Thank you so much.
I think when you face obstacles or challenges in life, that means you are making progress. If there is no problem, you don't go for solutions. If everything goes fine, you will stand still in life. But when you face problems, that's where you think about the problem, you come up with a solution, and that's what I believe. And that's where I get the inspiration from great leaders like Vivekananda and all. Thank you.
And in terms of participation from Indian American community or community at large in supporting this upcoming facility for seniors, what has been your experience so far?
I think the people love it because everybody in each home, there are elderly people. And when they see that instead of staying at home, if they can participate in various activity, they become more fertile. They just avoid the isolation. They avoid the dementia. So in that way, Indian community is coming forward to help us out.
Appreciate what you are doing, Mukundji. Lots of good wishes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ashokji. Thank you.